guys.
We're just chatting.
Yeah, we're talking about sex. I almost made her spit her beer out.
Episode 374.
Yes.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Susie.
How are you?
I'm doing so well.
You have a glow about you. Not a pregnancy. I'm not saying that.
No, more like an in-love glow.
Yeah, love glow.
Yes. It's the real deal, man.
It's nice.
It's the best.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And I haven't met this clown.
You have not met him, but you are going to really like him.
Okay, well,
Yes,
I hope you're
and
telling him that.
He already listens to the podcast. Shout out to Ren.
Hi, Ren.
New listener.
New listener. Poor guy.
I told him, I'm like, here's the deal. You have to, like, act excited and interested when I retell you the exact same story when we hang out. Because I only have so much material. And he was like, well, I want to hear. It's almost like getting a sneak peek before, and then we could talk about it.
Yes.
And yes.
Right.
So he likes to listen. And
That's
you know,
cute.
Yeah,
How tall is he?
Laughing on. Oh, gosh, probably, like, tall enough to where when I could, like, we stand next to each other and I rest my head on his shoulder and I, like, fit right in that little nook between, like, the shoulder and the neck.
Maybe like 5'11"?
Yeah, 5'11", maybe 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait
Perfect
to meet
height,
him.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good height.
Yeah, perfect. Pretty much
Perfect
across the board,
everything.
you know?
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. I had to push record because she was about to launch into, like, all the things she loves about him.
I know.
And I don't have all day.
Right. We got work to do. But my first story that I have to bring you kind
Yes.
of relates to that.
Okay.
So researchers did a study. It's one of those things where, like, I love these, where they're
Yeah.
like studies on
Yeah.
stuff we absolutely know to be true, but here's the study. So this article says, dating deception. When sex is on our mind, lying comes naturally.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't have said I knew that.
Really?
When sex is on our mind, we are more likely to lie?
So imagine you're on a first date with somebody.
Yeah.
And you recognize, like, you're like, yeah, I would definitely like to do it with them. Or maybe, you know, however many days. It's the first date. We've just met. You've met this person. You're, like, real turned on. You're more likely to lie about things that you're interested in, things that you like, things about yourself, in order to basically get laid.
I am shocked.
Okay.
I mean, I get the first
Yes.
date part
Yeah.
because it's what you say about how we
Yes.
have a representative that we brought to the
Right.
table that's not exactly us, but it's like a polished version. So that would make you more likely to lie.
Yes.
But like the horny component, I did not imagine.
So here's how they did it. So the researchers were looking at, what did they do? It was 328 women and 306 men that took part in the study. Mm-hmm. And they were divided into groups, and one group was exposed to sexual stimuli before interacting,
Yeah.
and one group was not. Mm-hmm. And so before they, like, meet for the date or whatever, they see something that makes them sexually aroused.
Yeah.
The people who were primed with stuff that made them sexually aroused lied more frequently. It's almost like that
is so
sexual
crazy.
system was already activated, and their mind needed to, like, play that out.
Do we know what they lied about?
Yes. And this is
Okay.
the part that I think is real interesting, too.
Okay. Yeah.
So one of the things that they looked at was sexual partners. How many sexual partners you had.
Okay.
And we're more likely to downplay the number and lie and make it lower to look not promiscuous. To
Just
look
women?
like, no, men and women.
Get out.
Yes. To, like, downplay the number of sexual partners we've had.
Okay.
And then this one I thought was real interesting, and probably, like, the most detrimental to future successes in a relationship.
Okay.
So it's almost like if you're really turned on your first date and you lie about some of these things, chances are good that, like, the relationship will start on not the right foot, really,
Yeah.
because you're lying about kind of important things.
Okay.
So they gave them these surveys before with questions like, to what extent does it bother you to date someone who's messy? And they would, like, rank that on a scale.
Oh, no. You can't lie about that.
Yep.
You're
it
so
says,
right.
Participants who had been exposed to sexual image were more likely to confirm their tastes to that of the individual they were about to chat with, and in many scenarios, those tastes directly contradicted what they had originally recorded in the initial questionnaire.
Oh,
so
my
you're
God.
like, oh yeah, I don't mind. That's fine with me. I don't mind a mat. That's fine.
Okay, wait.
Because you're just looking to get laid.
Let's do devil's advocate.
Okay.
How do we know they didn't lie on the sheet?
I mean, good question, but like, where are you more likely to? Because they looked at the two groups, the ones who were primed with the sexual stimuli and the ones who weren't.
Yeah.
So they both responded, and then probably looked at the average score, comparing similar answers.
I don't think that works though, because
I don't know.
Maybe they lied on both in the other group. I
love that like Susie's like input should be like, well, everybody's the data is wrong and everybody's probably lying at either side.
I don't think the data is wrong.
Yeah.
I think that there could be more to the story.
More to it. Yeah.
But probably not. It's
but don't you feel like, so this is funny, like when you were younger, maybe, like I feel like when I was younger, I definitely pretended to be more interested.
I still do.
Right.
I'm
okay.
so mad.
Come on.
Like I lie about stuff, and I'm like, I think in my brain, why did I just lie about that?
Oh my God, you're so funny.
It's embarrassing.
Well, and I'm in this place in this new relationship where I have to like reiterate that I am not lying about this stuff. I'm like, just so you know, I totally said that. I was like, this is the music I like. Like, I am not just saying that because, or like, this is what I like to do on the weekend. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to agree. In fact, nobody else agrees with me on this.
I could see how someone might think you were lying, though, because you're you're a different kind of person, and you're so expressive and enthusiastic. I could see how someone would be like, there is no way this is real.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I really like that all the same. Like, and now I've gotten to the point and the age where I'm like, I don't want to lie anymore.
Yeah. And because you've been married before.
Yeah, and I see the consequences.
Yeah.
Because when I was like, oh, it's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind being the one to clean up the mess. Lie. You better follow my organizational system. And, you know, I mean, I have some flexibility.
Did you break the news about the alphabetized spices?
You know, he's pretty good at, like, making sure things are nice and organized and straight and, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's flexibility in there, for goodness sakes, but, like, you know, there are bins. The bins are labeled. It's really easy. It's really just, like, take the moment to put it back where you got it.
Do you think that the lying...
No worries, though.
Like, when people are horny and lying, do you think that it's because with the goal of getting laid? Like, the lies are directed to make you more appealing sexually.
Yes. To make you feel more, that's what they're saying, to make you, it's almost like we're trying to create an instant connection built on whatever the heck we have to work with.
Yeah.
To feel like there's more compatibility, to better our chances of, you know, getting laid. And it's across the board, men and women.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's not a gender thing.
Do you feel like there's anything that you kind of like, not lied to Adam about, but like pretended like maybe you were more interested? I remember when we were on that like first meetup with him at that like English bar or pub.
Yeah. I forgot you were there.
Yes. And you're playing darts.
Was I lying?
We were playing darts together. And then you guys played and I was like, hey, go. And he was wearing some like metal shirt, and I was like, yeah, just talk about metal music, like talk about,
my God,
like, what did I say? It was like somebody from, I want to say from like Motorhead, somebody just passed away, and I was like, yeah, talk about the whatever. And I was like basically trying to encourage you to lie about your interests in order to make him engaged. Like, talk about metal music, which you don't care at all about.
I would say that I wasn't 100% honest about how complete my divorce was.
Okay.
Because it wasn't over. You know how it takes forever?
That could kind of go with the sexual partners thing, like in the same category of like, I want to make myself look emotionally.
Yeah, nobody wants to be with a married. Well, I guess some people do. But,
well, I know. I was like, look at me right now. I am not technically.
Well, nobody wants to like marry a married lady.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
Right.
Gotta spray this shit up.
You can be broken up for a really long time, and it takes for fucking ever.
It takes forever.
And if you say you're separated, people think there's a chance you'll get back together.
There's no chance.
Knew there was no chance. No. So I think that
who's thinking that people are getting back together when they're separated? Is that what they say?
I think people are really concerned about dating someone who's not totally divorced. because it feels like...
Better check in and see how he's feeling about that.
Well, I think you're okay. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a fair concern for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think I was a bit...
It's kind of messy. There's like, no matter what you do. I mean, I will say on the days where I get an email from my lawyer or have to deal with any divorce stuff. The other day I reorganized. Oh, God, I spent the whole day redoing my file cabinets. Because you have to, like, have file cabinets when you're, like, responsible for your own finances.
This is the rules.
You know, I had to do all that. And I had to just, like, hold and file away, you know, documents related to that. Mm-hmm. And it does something to my concentration.
Yeah.
To, you know, whatever
Yeah,
for
it
the
puts
rest
your
of
mind
the day.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I have to, like, do something to, like, I don't know, get me in a better mood when I
I'll tell you what'll get you in a better mood. Just Fab clothes.
A little retail therapy. Yes.
That always solves our problems.
It sure does.
Was that you I was just talking to about that? Something about shopping?
No,
Anyway,
but I will definitely
it
engage in a
does.
conversation with you about that any day.
I wish I did not enjoy it as much as I do, but I really love shopping.
And now being in charge of my own finances, I need it at a good deal.
Yes, and Just Fab is the place to go. They are constantly adding new items. They have tons of looks. They can give you like a whole outfit you can pick from. They have shoes and accessories, really cute stuff for each season. And I like that it's updated all the time, so you can combine it with your capsule wardrobe that we talk about. And then filter in these, you know, fun pieces for the season. You just take a 60-second style quiz, and then they'll personalized outfit recommendations for you. It's a whole boutique with over 1,000 different styles, and you can check out as a guest or a VIP. And they gave you guys a deal. Just Fab is offering our listeners an exclusive deal. Get your first Just Fab style for as low as $10 as a VIP. That's 75% off your first item with our link. Just go to justfab.com/braincandy to take advantage of the deal now. That's justfab.com/braincandy to get your first style for as low as $10 as a VIP. You can also get free shipping on orders over $39. And there's absolutely no commitment when you purchase your first order. Justfab.com/braincandy. You can have a hat like Sarah's everyone's loving.
They are loving that. Well, I am too.
Yeah, it suits you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Just Fab. And it was so inexpensive.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say like $7.95.
Yeah.
Something like crazy. Or maybe even $5.95. Something crazy.
Fun. You love a deal.
Because I got like the, I got the membership. So it's like 40% off or crazy percent off. I don't even know. A million.
There you go. You can look like Sarah.
Yes, yes. Speaking of a million, this really weird segue. But did you see that tweet that was going around that says it feels like it's 1,000,000
No.
That about daylight savings? Because what the actual F?
I am telling you right now, I think I've said this to you before. If Trump said, I'm getting rid of daylight savings, I would vote for him. I'm not kidding you.
Why?
I hate it.
Is it so dark?
It's so bad.
It feels worse this year than other years.
I agree.
Why is that a thing? Is this just part of getting older and I'm more affected by...
I never cared when I was young.
Me neither.
I was like, oh, it's dark early. Who cares?
Right.
Now I'm like, it's been 300 years since daylight.
Yes. And we're not alone because there's a neurology professor that says daylight savings is not worth the harm to our bodies. And it causes a misalignment of our biological clocks for 8 months of the year.
Fuck off.
And everybody's got sleeping problems. Everybody's got anxiety. We're all hopped up on caffeine.
And P.S., when you have kids, it's so much worse. They don't know you changed the clocks.
Neither does my dog, who's like, where's
Why
dinner?
are we in
and
bed?
It's 4:30. And I'm like, it's not time yet. Yes.
It's awful.
And she's like doing the dog equivalent of like tapping her watch. And I'm like, Bo, can the
With
attitude.
her paw.
Yes, totally.
But why are people still doing this?
I still
Tell me.
don't. I
Sarah.
really should have looked that up.
I don't know. Who is the person that's like, yep, we're doing it again?
Yeah, I have no idea. I always heard that it had something to do with farming and...
Remember, we've debunked that, though.
Right.
That was
like,
a lie.
Probably like mind control.
I bet it
like
was men.
Population control of like something.
Control.
Like it's like, trying to turn us all into zombies who are like...
It's working.
Well, I know. That's like, I can't stand it. And here's the thing. I like daylight savings when it's in time with... Like when it feels like winter and I get to wear a sweater and it's cozy.
It is
It's
cozy.
90 degrees at 7 o'clock at my house right now. And so now it's just dark and I can't go to the beach.
I would think
even
you'd
though
like
temperature
it 'cause you
is
love, you're like a Wiccan.
well, I do like a moonlit evening.
Yeah.
And I love it when when I get to catch the sunset at 4:30, but I want to like be cozy, and I feel like I'm wasting if the weather outside is nice. People are probably like, Sarah, I'm in Minnesota right now and it's freaking snowing.
Yeah.
And like, get off your like, shut up, California. It's too sunny during my daylight saving hours.
I don't mind the early nightfall. I don't.
Why do we hate it? It's the wake up?
It just, so it gets, for a while at least, it gets bright quite early. So like today, Lincoln was up at 6:15 and he doesn't have to get up till 7. And I'm up anyway. It's not like he's waking me up, but I'm just like, this is my time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
You're
reading.
taking a bath.
That's all I do. It's just sit in the tub.
Just bathing.
But anyway, I know it's like curmudgeonly and we're getting old and this is what people do.
No, we need to get rid of this.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's a thing.
This could be our hill to die on.
Yeah, it does. And I don't like that not like this really affects things, but I feel like I always have to do math like based on what time of the year it is with my mom and when I can what time it is, because sometimes it's 2 hours ahead and sometimes it's 3. And
right.
I don't understand that.
You know, it's crazy. When I look
That's
at
so
Costa
weird.
Rica on a map, I cannot believe how far over it is in comparison, because you think it's just like south.
That's what I think too. And when I fly, it's so easy to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've done it so much.
Yeah.
That it's like no biggie.
I can't believe she still lives there.
$250 round trip ticket.
Okay, when are you going? Let's go.
I'm going on a trip. I'm planning a trip. Suze, let's make it a whole thing. We can like rent a house, Airbnb
I would
it.
love that. I've always wanted to go there.
Let's go. I was thinking maybe February.
I'm in.
Oh my gosh, it'll be great. Ren's in too. So we were going to have a whole thing.
This is so exciting.
Oh my God.
I am excited.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we settled this.
Me too. On air. This is great. Yes. That if you know what, some good did come from daylight savings.
Yes. Thank you, farmers.
Yes.
Fucking assholes. I'm sick of it. Why are we rotating our schedule around these bozos?
Because they're rotating their crops. I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
that sounds
look
so
at that.
nice.
That's like a nice reaction you gave me to that total dad joke. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
What?
Speaking of dads, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
Susie.
What?
T.I.
Oh my God.
Right.
I broke the news to Sarah.
Cannot.
Yeah.
So I come over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And Susie tells me, she goes, do you know T.I., the rapper? And I'm like, yes, I'm
but
familiar.
I don't even know if he's a rapper.
Yeah, right. But he is. She knows because she read the headline. Yeah. She's like, T.I., is that like
what song
a
does
brand
he sing?
of luggage? Like, yeah. No, that's to me. No.
What is his hit?
Oh my
Does he have
God.
a hit?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been older than this moment.
Yeah, no.
Literally,
and I
actually.
know, like, oh my God, this is so silly that I can't, like, name one. I guarantee you know all these songs. Let me see. So he sings that song, like, you can have whatever you like.
I don't even know that. I am embarrassed.
Yeah.
Does he seem nice?
Stack some Patron on ice.
Oh, okay.
Need to pop dollars all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I've probably got half those lyrics
I've never
right,
heard
but
that song.
Whatever.
All right, so
that's kind of how I sing.
But he's real popular.
Or like bring 'em out.
Wow, I do not know. I really thought it would ring a bell.
And he was featured on that Dead and Gone with Justin Timberlake.
I don't even know that, Sarah.
Yes, you do. If I played any of these songs, you would totally know who it is. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I know this. And also my T.I. rendition of T.I. there probably didn't do it any justice. But back to who he is and what he's doing.
Right.
Suze dropped this bomb on me.
Yeah.
That T.I. brings his 18-year-old daughter to the gynecologist.
I didn't know she was 18.
Yes, she's 18. Which adds, because I read the article on it, which makes it even creepier because of what had to happen. He brings her to the doctor
every
year to get an exam to make sure her hymen is still intact.
I can't.
What the actual F? Not okay. That's like abusive.
I believe it is.
So he appeared on a podcast called Ladies Like Us
Okay.
And they talked about this. And
I wonder what they
well, based on like what the article was kind of like getting at, she was like, oh my God, that's like...
Yeah, because what are you going to do? That's difficult.
Basically like hinting that that's abusive. I think she said something like that too. Like, oh, that's abusive. You better like...
That's
somebody
terrible.
better watch you. Like, and you can tell, like, from what the article said, you can tell that she was like uncomfortable hearing that.
Yeah.
And the real gross part, I think I took a picture of like what his comments are. Let me look. He said, okay, this is real gross.
Okay.
Oh, he said, and so they come in and say, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken, like bike riding, athletics, horseback riding, and other forms of athletic physical activity.
Yeah.
These are direct quotes I'm saying from him. This is him regurgitating this information. So he knows the doctors say this. Then he says, so I say, look, doc, she doesn't ride no horses. She doesn't ride no bike. She doesn't play no sports. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results expeditiously. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like I can't even read it.
Yeah.
Expeditiously. And then the host laughed and was like, oh, you're the worst. Somebody check on Deja. She's a prisoner. That's what like they jokingly said.
Well, because, what are you going to do? I don't blame
the
host.
doctor had to have a conversation with the daughter for her to sign a waiver allowed him to gain access because it's a HIPAA violation for him to have access to that.
I don't know what to say. Like, it's not okay.
It's not why the doctor didn't see that as abusive?
I'm surprised.
That falls in the category of like emotional abuse. Come on.
It's so controlling.
It's so controlling.
And patriarchal.
Oh my, could you even imagine?
No. And why can't she have sex, T.I.? She's 18.
No. Oh my God. I'm so mad at this.
Because does he have sons?
Oh, I don't know. Let's look.
I don't know either. Yeah. But I mean,
and every article I looked at there wasn't a lot there. It was basically just like reporting, and nobody really.
What is there to say?
Right. What is there to say?
Well, one thing I will say is that my boobies are really happy because they are enveloped in the goodness of Third Love bras.
Oh yes.
Actually,
and Third Love panties don't care if your hymen's intact, not intact, whatevs. They're comfy and cute on everyone.
They are. Everybody. In fact, I forget where I was recently, and someone saw the strap of mine, and they have like a distinctive design on the strap, and they were like, "Oh, you're wearing your Third Love."
See, they do what I do: call people out, and they
yes, because I think people often wonder, like, do they really like this stuff? I really, 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 really love my Third Love bra. They have more than 80 sizes. They have half cup sizes, which is great. And you can take a quiz. It's a Fit Finder quiz so that you can determine what size you really are, because you know how you all are wearing the wrong size all the time. And then you get 60 days to wear your bra, wash it, put it to the test. And then if you don't love it, you can return it, and they'll wash it and donate it to a woman in need, which is wonderful. And they're just really comfortable. They feel great, but they're also very feminine and lovely. And I just can't say enough about them. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/braincandy now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/brain, thirdlove.com/brain for 15% off today. There you go. Get your boobs enveloped.
And T.I. has 8 kids.
Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a bigger problem than I thought.
And him and his wife, Tiny, have 3, Tamika Tiny. They have 3 children together, and he has 4 children from prior relationships.
I don't think he's a big fan of women.
That only adds up to 7. Where's the other one? Oh. As well as the baby they tragically lost more than a decade ago.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Well, I just don't think that he's doing right by his
Definitely
girls.
not. And I read on here that, and this is from a little bit ago, that one of his daughters pranked Instagram saying that she was pregnant, but in this case, her child was a Pomeranian dog. So it kind of feels like weird that she's using that as a joke when that's what they're doing.
Right.
At 18.
That's her form of rebellion.
Yes, it is.
Is to
there you
scare
go.
him.
That's exactly. So what do you think they want to do more than anything?
Oh my God.
This is a very unhealthy way to teach your children. You know, I heard one of the best things, the best descriptions of sex that I ever heard was from this guy Sway, from Sway in the Morning.
Yeah.
Yes. He was like an MTV VJ and now has a podcast and
like
radio
him.
show. He's amazing. He was on, I want to say it was like maybe The View or some show like that, where he was talking about being a dad.
Yeah.
And he had at the time had a daughter who was 13, and he was talking about teaching her about sex.
Okay.
And I'll never forget this. I'm like, ooh, this is what I want to tell my kids. He said, sex can be the best thing or the worst thing based on where you are in your life and if you're ready for this and who you're choosing to have it with. Mm-hmm. And he explained the ways it could be really good to not, because she's going to hear the message at school. And I think that's how it started, is she came to him and said, Dad, everybody tells me like sex feels so good and sex is so good at school. And like he clearly had an open dialogue about this already where she felt comfortable enough to talk about that.
Yeah.
Which I like, of course.
Yeah.
And, shows good parenting from the get-go. And then he engaged in the conversation and said, well, here's why your friends are saying that it's so good, because this is what it can feel like when things are really healthy and what goes into that. And both people are ready. It's, done in a safe relationship.
Sway or TA?
Sway.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We stopped
Okay.
talking about him. He is doing everything wrong. This is what Sway is saying. And then he said, but it can also be the worst thing. Yeah. And talked about unhealthy relationships. And by doing that and talking about both and showing the good and bad, it really empowers the child to say, well, I want to make good choices and I know the information.
Yeah.
I want it to feel good.
Yeah.
And I just loved that.
Yeah.
Honesty.
That's a very healthy approach.
Yes. And I never let that, I just thought that was such a great way to share about that.
Yeah.
And how this is the exact opposite.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's based on some sort of religious, doctrine for him, but this is a common thing.
I feel like it's more power and control.
Yeah, it sounds like
that's hidden in as often power and control is.
What do you know about the hymen?
Oh.
Because I just don't fucking get it.
This is funny because it's so weird. I was, no joke, having this thought the other day because, okay, full disclosure, I've been out of practice. It's been infrequent for me for a while.
Yeah.
And it's like my body's out of practice.
Yeah.
And, and then I was, looking at articles of, that, essentially, of,
oh, if you're rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not,
how to get
skills-wise. But I mean, comfortability.
Yeah, mechanics.
Mechanics.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was you just have to have more sex. And I was like, well, okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I remember
great.
you said that. They're like, the only cure is more sex. Right.
Yes. And, yeah.
I mean, Sarah was happy to oblige.
I was like, yeah, no
She's
problem. I could
testing
definitely do that. But in, thinking about that and just being like, that's interesting that it's, kind of goes back to
when I don't feel like we
where
know
is
enough
it?
about
I don't know what it would
and why.
be.
Why is it? I don't even like it being in there.
Okay. This is going to be a absolutely not scientifically based whatsoever
so everything
theory.
else we ever talk
Yes.
about.
What if it were some extra protective layer to protect from infection or bacteria or anything? Because when you're younger, your habits and cleanliness and all that is.
I mean, all right, but
maybe you're like a kid and laying in the mud.
laying in the mud.
I don't know, not laying in the mud, but playing in.
Yeah.
And I don't think about things right now. Think about things 10,000 years ago, and kind of look at what does this serve then? Because we haven't, our society changes faster than what our body is evolving to catch up with, and we have these old systems in play. That had to serve some. Mine was not
aware when your hymen
No.
broke? Right.
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
And I was heavily involved in horseback riding. So,
So do you think for most people that baby is gone, early on because we do stuff?
yeah.
So it seems pointless. I'm mad
And,
about
like,
it. It's
a
like daylight
tampon.
savings of the female body.
Oh my God. Just add to the list of things for me. It's so silly. Well, it's really awful.
And I really just hate the way that it can be used as T.I. is doing. And I'm sure it's done all over the world.
Well, yeah, it is, because it's like the bed sheets thing.
Yeah.
Where they have to present the bed sheets on the wedding night and like...
Can you believe?
No, I can't. It's archaic. And, okay.
I'm so mad.
If you know about those things happening and you have a reaction to that, then you should also have a reaction to T.I. doing this with his daughter. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't get a pass because you're a rapper and you're like, make good songs with Justin Timberlake.
I think it's very fascinating that he is in a place in his life where he didn't even, it didn't occur to him that people would think badly of him. He told that story openly, like it was no big whoop.
Oh, God. Almost like he's proud of it, too.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I feel bad for her. But she can't say no because he'll cut her off. Like financially, I'm sure, too.
What happens if she gets pregnant? Mm-hmm. And furthermore, was T.I. married
of course,
to
come
women
on,
that he
please.
had children with?
Well, we know that there are at least 2 moms.
Yeah.
So I don't think he should be policing.
Throwing stones in glass houses or whatever they say?
Right. It's, you know how you always say how the things that you are scared of or repulsed by are often a reflection of your own. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe he has some soul searching to do.
That is so true and like such a good point.
Yeah. But she's the one that has to pay for it.
Yeah.
But
oh, God.
If you don't want to pay for somebody stealing all your Christmas presents or like busting into your house, then you ought to get a ring system of security.
Know when people dropped off a package?
Yes. It's so great. I forgot to. Well,
Susie's
I did tell
biggest
you.
fear of getting TP'd or ding dong ditched? Not a problem.
Biggest fear. Well, and Sarah gave us these howling, gigantic gas skeleton dogs for Halloween, and they started going off in the middle of the night one time. Ooh. And so we had to check our ring and see that they were just raccoons getting there.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Because they're motion censored.
Yes.
But this season can be a whirlwind of deliveries, constant packages showing up at your door. And it's the best time of year for you to upgrade your doorbell. Keep an eye on your house no matter where you are, because it helps you stay connected to your home because all the notifications go to your phone. You can talk to whoever is at your door and check in anytime if you want peace of mind. And as a listener, you have a special holiday offer on a Ring Starter Kit available right now with a Ring Video Doorbell 2 and motion-activated floodlight cam. The starter kit has everything you need to start building a ring of security around your home. No matter what this holiday season brings, with Ring, you're always home. Just go to ring.com/brain candy. That's ring.com/brain candy. Additional terms may apply. I have to tell you.
What makes you laugh so much?
Because I just remembered that the night after daylight savings, you're tired early because it doesn't feel early.
Yep. I had this. I was like,
we went to bed at like 9:15 or 9. And, you're in that phase where you're falling asleep and you're groggy and you go to sleep. We're all in bed. And then ding dong, knock, 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 bah, yelling. And I was like,
what?
I go, Adam, this is true. I go, I'm frightened. I was like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. I'm frightened.
All of a sudden, she's a woman from 1940-something who is like clinging to her man. She's like,
it was...
I need the patriarchy.
It was fucking FedEx.
No.
And this was 9:15 or 9:30.
It's too late.
It is too
for
late.
Everybody. For him, too.
And then he rang again, knocked again, and yelled again.
Why is he yelling?
He's saying FedEx, but I didn't know that. It sounded so urgent that I thought it was the police. That's what I believed that it was. Because it sounded, that thing on the movies when they're like, the police.
This is the police. Yeah. Open up.
That's what it was like.
Of a very important package.
Adam opened the door.
Is this a stripper?
And he's just wearing like his jammy pants that he had to put on. And
Adam was. I thought you meant the UPS driver. I'm like, whoa, night shift, buddy. Like, come on. What's happening here?
Shift.
Yeah.
So then he just stared. Like Adam opens the door and he's just staring at the guy like,
this guy's having a day.
Fuck.
This guy's having a day. There's something going on.
I filed a claim, however, because I was so mad about it. No. I was frightened, Sarah.
Okay, let this go on record.
Yes.
That Susie called and complained.
I'm like,
this is very
I need
Sarah
to talk
move.
to the manager.
This is you, OXO service department.
I know. I do kind of.
It's not just me.
I'm turning into one of those white women that needs to speak to the manager, but it's only because, according to their website, they stop residential deliveries at either 7 or 8. This wasn't even close to that.
Right.
And it was so aggressive.
Would you have the same sort of feeling if this was a package that you did 2-day delivery on and you needed it by that evening and you were going on a trip tomorrow morning?
No, I would be thankful.
Yeah.
Probably not about the knocking and doorbell and
so
yelling.
So it's really just the delivery, the action of the delivery guy, not the late night delivery. Like they can deliver it. Just
sure.
Don't make a ruckus.
Yeah, calm down, Dick.
Here's the problem that I have. Why, or the question I have, and also problem, why are they making tons of noise and waking you up at 9:30 at night? But when they come to my door at 11 in the afternoon and I don't answer and I'm upstairs, I get the sticker that says, "We missed you."
That is the worst.
And
I would rather have what I had.
What is happening? Can the night shift guy switch with the day shift guy and we get the loud knocker? Give me that guy.
Well, Adam must have heard me just doing this. He goes, "Damn angry FedEx guy. Fuck that guy." He just texted
Oh my
to
God,
me.
that's so funny. He could hear us getting louder, getting all revved up about it.
What are they talking about in
there? Oh my God, about FedEx. Okay. I have an adorable story for you.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I put it in. Oh, this is fun. I forgot I did this.
I'm excited.
I have, to introduce this story, I thought I would do kind of like a wait, don't tell me style quiz where you get to pick which story is the true story. So,
okay.
And it's real simple, real short. Okay. So, photo identification software and network analysis is being used with animals in which of the following ways?
Okay.
1, to help penguins locate their mate after climate change has impacted migration.
Okay.
Research on the social habits of sharks, or to track aggressive bears or food-crazed bears in Yosemite.
Gosh.
Which one?
And you're saying photo
identification software.
What does that mean?
The same technology that looks at our face and does like a facial scan and goes, "Yep, that's Susie. Yep, that's Sarah." They're using the same facial recognition software on animals.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go with
reasons?
the shark.
You're correct!
Yes! I'm so happy!
I tried to make it balanced. I tried to give them all enough detail.
Yeah.
Did I go too little detail in the shark one? What made you pick that one?
Just because Lincoln's into sharks.
Oh,
it really is only
that's
that
probably
simple.
why I read the article. Aww. Because I also read another one about the age. I saved it. I haven't read it yet. But are sharks the secret to longevity? Because your son talked to me about a shark that's 400 years old.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. So I can't believe you guessed it right.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So
I'm really interested in what they're doing.
This is really adorable because I was like, how should I talk about this? Because the headline to this story is super cute and made me click on it. It says, research shows that sharks are hosting dinner parties.
I am in.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so using this photo identification software and network analysis of all the sharks' faces, they found out that sharks, and they studied 400 sharks, and they found out that sharks are returning to the same locations at specific times of year, regularly.
Yeah.
All with the same group of sharks.
That's
as
adorable.
If those are their buddies. And they all do it to dine on these seals that are in the area.
It's like West Side Story, the Sharks and the Jets.
Oh, that's so funny.
They're a little gang.
Yeah,
that's
they all
adorable.
get together and they're like, "Oh, it's August. Oh, the weather is changing. Oh, better go over to this cove to go have our yearly." It's like Thanksgiving dinner for sharks. So this made me think: is there something that's in us? Not only do we like social, I just think it's interesting and fun when animals have those kind of human characteristics, and it shows like how different are we? Because my guy Robert Sapolsky, and he has this whole TED Talk he does on how different are we really.
That reminds me, I wanted to ask you, you know how we talked about on the show that thing where you're scared, so you run, and then it makes your heart beat?
Yes.
And that we mistakenly believe that our heart races, and so we know we're scared, and then we think we run.
Right.
But really,
there's two fields of thought on this, and they're conflicting.
Okay.
And one is by, I think it's like Aaron something, who has one thought, and one other guy whose name starts with an E, who has some other one.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So why? Okay, I'm asking because I have anxiety, and I want to be able to control when I get that feeling of the increased heart rate, and like the nervousness, and I want to be able to talk myself into calming down.
Yes.
What is the reason that your heart rate goes up?
That is the trigger in your environment. So there's a trigger in your environment that creates a physiological response based on your past interactions with something like this. For example, when you return to the city that you grew up in and you had a traumatic experience the last time you were there, you will go there and your body, that body keeps score thing. You're the same way that somebody who has consistently done drugs will have their body, if they return to the place that their body was familiar with doing the drug, your body naturally starts to defend itself from the effects of it, and your tolerance will be greater in a place that you're familiar with. If you go and you do the drug in an environment that you've never been in before, the effects of the drug will be stronger.
Okay.
Because your body is recognizing, oh my God, I got to protect myself here. I got to start the defenses. You have no awareness of it, but it goes, ooh, this looks familiar. And it's those messages that we're not aware of getting. So there's something in your external environment that's reminding you of a stressor that you've dealt with. It could be you waking up, doing your whole routine, and coming down and sitting down at the office desk chair to do your job. And what you're not really like consciously aware of is the conversation that you had with somebody, whoever, that was like difficult 24 hours ago, where you were sitting in the exact same chair, and that's still kind of, that memory is kind of in there. So you sit down and your body like goes, oh, do I have to like protect myself now? Is this like, I'm going to have to like get revved up? And really it's a survival thing. So like you need to get revved up so that your brain everything can like go into action and like, get the job done and do whatever you have to do. And so you're already like getting these signals to that cause a physiological reaction. And then based on that physiological reaction, we then label it. We go, oh, and what really happens when we are not aware of the triggers in our external environment is that we have that physiological reaction, and then our brain naturally wants to label it with something.
Yeah.
My heart's racing. Oh, it must be I'm mad at my son for not putting away his laundry. I'm mad at my husband for not emptying the dishwasher.
We mislabel
Whatever. We mislabel it, and then that is what we kind of give energy to. So if we can stop the physiological response, because when we're in that heightened state of reaction, our executive functioning part of our brain shuts off. We're only reactive and we're only in survival mode. So you want to deactivate that center by using techniques breathing and things that deregulate what they call the HPA axis that will help control all those crazy hormones.
Maybe you'll need to hydrate, for example.
Well, which is one of, what happens to me, I get dry mouth.
Right, me too.
That is one of the signs of, because your salivary,
your body
all
is
that
saving
shuts down.
all of it.
Yep,
okay.
You need that.
Well, if you're in that position, then you ought to use some liquid IV because it is super convenient powder that you throw into your water bottle or in your glass, and it'll give you vitamins, and it'll also hydrate you at 2 to 3 times faster as just like a regular serving of water. It has vitamins in it, and you can take it on an airplane and get hydrated when you're traveling, or if you drank too much, you might need a little something to get some more hydration going on. And I was just saying how on Instagram how much lotion I need.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, same.
It's so bad. Like, your skin is dehydrated, and so is the inside of you. We love Liquid IV, and we know you will too. Right now, our listeners get 25% off at liquidiv.com when you use our code CANDY at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order at Liquid IV's website. Go to liquidiv.com and enter our code CANDY to get your savings and start getting better hydration. That's liquidiv.com, promo code CANDY. Don't wait. Start properly hydrating today.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's so interesting, though, and it feels like the body betrays you, you know?
Yes.
You get this feeling of like, stop it!
Yes.
I don't want to feel this, you know, intellectually I'm saying, you're fine. You're safe.
Yeah.
No, nothing to be upset about.
But the way to connect those two is you're trying to solve a neck down problem with a neck up solution.
Okay.
So you can think about it all you want, but the solution is not in thinking it. The solution is in regulating the physiological response, which happens in our body. So in order to do that, we have to stop thinking about, because that's where anxiety exists in like, stop doing that. You're not doing it. And also the brain does not understand don't, because you say don't think of pink elephants, and what are you going to do? Think of pink elephants. So you can't tell it stop doing that. All it hears is do that, because you're focusing on whatever that is. So in order to help a neck down problem where it is physiological, we have to tune in to what those feelings feel like and strengthen the mind-body connection. Things like a body scan. So you're sitting in your chair, you start tuning into your senses. You turn it into that present moment. You say, okay, what do my feet feel like on the floor right now? And they feel kind of like light. Maybe they're a little tense. And you start slowly scanning your body. What do my calves feel like? I'm going to like slowly move up my legs. Are my knees like tense? Are they loose? And just start tuning into your body. And when you do that, you're redirecting that thought towards your body and like allowing it to be calm, and you're not letting it be so reactive and at the mercy of the things that are happening in the external environment. You're telling it, you're safe right now. Let me just check in on how you feel. And then you can identify, well, where do I feel really tense? Oh my gosh, it's in my stomach. So, okay, I'm like, this is where I carry that stress and anxiety. And like you get little hints on how you start to feel, and you can start to, and that mind-body awareness, which is why yoga is so great, music therapy is so great, like, you know, any kind of a Tai Chi, anything that connects the mind with the body in a flow, tennis, and like you name it, sports, swimming, running, the beat of running, all really good and really important to help regulate that system and kind of slow down, because it's just like a speeding train that like takes off and is headed in the wrong direction unless you stop it and switch the track.
What's the reason that I even asked you this? What were you saying?
That the anxiety is really like through the roof, and that you were talking about like the order of like we see something, then it makes us have a high heart rate, and then because of the high heart rate, we say I'm anxious.
Well, was this because of the sharks?
I don't know what got
No,
us.
either. I don't know what you said that made me weird. Because I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
Because it's making me crazy. I told you I tried to get the beta blockers because a lot of stand-up comedians use them for, you know, just managing jitters. And adrenaline even can make you have those same symptoms. It's not even necessarily fear. And it's just not fun to know that other people can observe the symptoms that you would prefer to be hidden.
Right.
You know?
And that cuts the physiological response. So you're not having the physiological response that then you question what is the origin of this, and then you mislabel.
Yes, exactly.
So if you take that away, it's the labeling of the physiological response that creates the anxiety, because we
associate.
It. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So if you stop that physiological response, you could do it with beta blockers, you could do it with whatever, or you can do it with a lot of awareness and like regulating that system through activities that increase the mind-body connection.
Yeah.
And you already do it with music. When you, here's what I would say if I were your therapist. I would find something that you're already using, like music, and something that brings you calm. And I would encourage you to find a song, find something that really makes you feel calm.
Yeah.
And next time you experience that feeling,
to
go real quick to that song, put the headphones on, and really tune in to how you're experiencing that song.
Yeah.
And it will counter that so fast because you already have a connection to it.
Sorry, we had to pause for the gardener situation.
Yes.
But anywho.
Yeah.
I don't know where we left
takeaway
off.
is
if
you can control and you can stop the physiological reaction in your body through
you're on
training
your
that.
way.
Yes.
Okay.
And every little bit that you do is even just...
Oh, you were saying about the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So using something that you already have success with, you already are familiar with, you already know it makes you feel good, you know, and I think there's also this idea that things that make us feel good have to like cost money. It has to be like a massage or pedicure. No, whatever it is, you like to play like an app for a few minutes on your phone and that calms you down, do that.
Yeah, for sure.
You like to do a crossword puzzle, do that. You like to bust out a real puzzle, do that. Whatever makes you feel good. Engage in that.
Yeah.
And then if you don't believe me, if you feel like this won't work for me, give yourself a nice scaling question before. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high is my anxiety right now before engaging in this activity?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's a 8. Okay, I know it's an 8. Now I'm going to listen to the song. And I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to listen to the lyrics. And I'm going to think about what it feels like to hear the music. Maybe you can, like, visualize the music in some way, kind of like flowing over your body, and however you want to kind of like create a visualization for that. So it becomes more of a sensory experience. You're deepening your connection to that experience.
Yeah.
Then when you're done with the song, rate your anxiety then. And then just look at your results. If it's a 7, isn't that improvement?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. I'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
There's going to be a lot of Everly Brothers coming out of those earbuds.
Oh, and there is a great song called... I can't remember what it's called. But it is scientifically proven to be the most relaxing song.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yes,
we talked about that on here.
Yes, I'm going to get it right now. The most relaxing song. And it really works for me.
Right. Didn't you employ this method?
Oh, Marconi Union waitlist.
Yeah.
And it really, I feel like,
It's like
it really
mathematically
works.
designed.
Yes.
I'm so
You
mad
know
about
what's
this
the least
gardener.
relaxing noise?
Leaf blower.
The leaf blowers that are right outside the window right now.
We only have one tree. I don't get it.
Really, I should pick another day to come here. Like, I mean, we complain every single time. The easiest solution is record a different day.
Or even time.
Or time by 1 hour.
Yeah.
We're basically like, what's the worst thing that could happen when we record a podcast? I know, a leaf blower. You know when we should record the podcast? When the gardeners come.
We need to rethink this.
Yeah.
We have not
Someone
come
check
a
the
long
calendars.
way in all these episodes.
Right.
You think we'd
we
be
get
really
better,
good?
but we're getting worse. We're just being like, who cares?
When people
5
say that
stars.
they're listening through old episodes, I always think, oh, those aren't the good ones. But then I'm like, maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Maybe we've gone downhill.
Impossible.
I don't know, Sarah.
No. I'm gonna bring the... Okay, you think that's the case? I'm gonna bring the heat next time. I'm gonna bring... Susie
spit.
actually just did a spit take and spit all over the place.
That was my first
That's
real spit
hilarious.
take. You said bring the heat.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bring like
I'm gonna write that
podcast
down.
gold.
Sarah?
Just the best articles, the most
Oh my
up-to-date
God.
research. I'm setting myself up for
See,
failure here.
I've-
Or the most hilarious poo story you've ever heard.
I have triggered your, what do you call it, response? Like, by whatever you just
sure.
called it.
Physiological
yeah,
response,
that's
yes.
the one. Because when you were growing up, your mom would always be like, whoever cleans the room the fastest.
Correct.
I feel like I just did that with
Yes,
you.
you
When
did.
I'm like, I feel like we're sucking.
Yes, you did. You did. Yeah, you
And
just
now
did
you
this.
see it
a
as
call
a
to
challenge.
action,
Yeah.
if you will. Yes.
Sarah loves a challenge.
I do love a challenge. If I'm not going to be on them, I'm going to take part in them on the podcast in other ways.
I was playing a game with Lincoln the other day, and it was headbands.
Oh, I love that game.
I'm sure you do, and I bet you like it when the other person is wearing the headband. Is that accurate?
Oh, it's a different kind of like.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing as when it almost feels kind of like going to a haunted house. Stay with me, I promise. I was going like where you don't know what's coming, and there's the or better analogy, the Jack in the Box thing. Because you're
like that?
It creates this like kind of very safe, very controlled, very contained minute of panic where I'm like, get it, we're on a timer, and like you got and this, and they're close, and it's funny, and you know the answer, but they don't, and that's hilarious to me.
Well, I
don't know the answer, and they do, and it sends me into a panic.
No, because when they're wearing the headband, you know the answer, right, and
it's more fun when I'm wearing the headband and I don't know the answer.
I've noticed this though with you,
what?
Like on the show. And then also in Pittsburgh when we played the Wait, Don't Tell Me, and you organized the whole game, and then me and the two guests were in charge of like guessing and stuff like that. You really seem to enjoy when you have the answers in front of you and other people don't. Like it's almost like you feel like you've guessed it correctly even though you have the answer.
I think what that comes from is me being delighted in creating a good question.
Yeah.
Because I was a pub quiz, like, what do you call that?
Hostess. You were like in charge of master of ceremonies or something.
I was the host of like trivia
night.
Trivia nights. So, and that freaking crowd, oh my God. If you don't come up with a good set, if they don't like the questions, you're going to hear about it. So there was nothing that like made me feel better in that moment since I can't answer, what I want to do the most is answer all the questions.
Yes.
So if I can't do that, then the other best feeling is creating a question that like tickle someone's fancy.
Yeah.
Kind of like crossword puzzle designers, how they have like a theme and then they like have like when they're punny in there, I'm always like, oh, I see you, crossword puzzle writer.
God,
like,
so weird.
I like you. Like that tip of the hat to you, my friend.
I just noticed that when I play with Lincoln, so if he sees your headband, so he knows, and then he's answering the questions, you know, am I an animal? Am I whatever? And he has to answer. It's almost like, I don't know, arrogance or something where if you guess
the information.
Wrong, he's like you're so dumb.
I am not the same as that.
You are not,
okay.
but
I'm
you
like
do enjoy when you know and the other person has to guess, I notice.
It's more the art of how the question, like, because I don't want you to guess the right answer in a way. Like, I was kind of disappointed that you got the shark one because I had tried to craft them to be balanced. And then I even added additional information about the penguin one because at first it was for penguins to locate their mate, end of story. And I was like, no, that sounds like I didn't put enough in there. I'm going to add.
That's hilarious.
So I like put thought into, and it's more like I want you to get it wrong than I want you to get it right. I don't want it to be too easy.
I didn't choose that one because you used the word impacted, which is like a pet peeve of mine. But everyone uses it. Everyone says impacted.
Oh, because it's impact.
Well, but
you
now
wouldn't even really say right.
But it just was like I'm mad about that.
Yes.
So I didn't do that. And that was the third one.
Oh, that's funny. Tracking bears that are aggressive or food crazy in Yosemite.
Oh yeah, that was up.
I really thought you were going to get penguin. Okay, dang, my misuse of the English language.
No, it wasn't misuse.
Okay.
People say that that's now fine. It's just I don't love it because it's one of the things that was recently added.
Speaking of misuse, I love our brain candy brainiacs. I love the vibe.
I knew
love
you were going to bring it up.
But it's one of those things that's
hilarious to me. I keep thinking
the
about
bad with the good. Like they will be the first ones to call me out for a spelling error when in any of my Instagram posts.
This is so
it's
great.
like the first 5 I get are like asterisk. Oh, just had to say. And notice I said asterisk, not asterisk or whatever. So you don't need to correct that.
I thought you were going to talk about how someone told you say verses wrong.
Oh, I totally am changing that, and I recognize that I did that, and now I can't stop thinking about it. I've used that word so much in the past 2 weeks because I'm like reminding myself that like which is which is. I can't tell you how many times I've used that word. Way more than I ever did before.
So they tell
it's
you like
verses.
under your captions if you spell something wrong
Correct.
or have a typo.
Or like a lot of times I use voice to text because like that's I'm just like busy doing shit.
Yeah, she's on the move.
And so
God, it's so funny.
I did that, and then it'll be like the wrong voice to text does not know forms of to very well.
Yeah.
Or they used the wrong form of r. Hour. I wanted to do hour, but I didn't say hour. I said R whatever, and it said ARE, and I was like,
I hate that.
Come on, that's not like a.
And then how many people say it?
At least 5.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, 5 out of 9 comments that I had.
That is rude.
So that is it.
Were they women?
Some, a little bit of both. But they'll be like trying to be cute. They'll be like, oh, just go. And I mean, I like, it's like, okay, thanks, I'll fix it. But like,
it feels like a pylon.
It does feel, and I think it's like they wouldn't do it if I didn't.
Yeah, we're always.
I have a shirt that we sell in our merchandise that says "your" with the little asterisk as in to say most of the time you're getting it wrong, and we're like calling people out. So I shouldn't. What else? Like I'll cut people some slack. I've been less aggressive about that, and I'm only like that to like all the freaking dudes who made comments under my mediocre white men should be the diversity hire t-shirt, which I still stand behind.
Yeah, you should stand behind it.
And if you have incorrect use of grammar in that, I'm going to have to
can it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we go, Sarah?
Let's can this.
Let's can this whole thing.
Yeah.
No,
but like not like for real. Like keep it.
Yeah, we won't actually put
it's
it
in
the
the can. That's what we want. But like finished.
We'll see you next time, people.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.